last episode of The Incredible Critics.
Welcome to another edition of Incredible Critics. Incredible not because we're great, but most likely because we are crap. I don't know where I was going with that.
Like that intro.
Plug that intro. Thanks, Ben, for that intro that you did before this intro, because that made a lot of sense. Ben is not with us today, but you'll hear him randomly jumping in because he recorded prior to us recording. I think he thought we wanted him to. I'm not quite sure. That said, I think we stole it from somewhere. Ben steals a lot of the posts that he makes.
That was actually me. Don't.
Yeah, Ben does that.
Say Ben stole it.
Ben steals things.
Oh, Ben stole it from you?
He steals the limelight
Someone
even when he's not on the show.
We are the Incredible Critics. Incredible, not because we're great, but because our credibility should seriously be questioned. I am Ben Franco. This week, we're just talking about a few random things, including why the box office sucks right now. But first, joining me, as always, Frankie, it's not as easy as it looks, right? Fusco.
That's my name. Listen, I could do it if I had practice, but, randomly being thrown in last minute when Ben's like,
Meaning
not gonna
they
make
had
it.
like 4 days notice.
4 days, 1 day. Who's counting? I'm glad to have you back, though, Ben. We missed you.
Yeah.
Our fearless leader.
I could tell there was so much love for me not being there and yet recording some little
in our
tidbits.
defense, we didn't know you were going to listen to it.
In my defense, I didn't make fun of you. Just the two of them did.
And that's why you're on the podcast, Tuna. That is Andrew Moore.
Hey, everybody.
You didn't know I was gonna listen to it, but I edit it every week.
Speaking of every week,
Yes.
Ben, what have you been up to?
God, you're such a suck up.
That is why we have you on the podcast. Nothing. I'm currently getting over a cold, so I may cough randomly. But
Oh, that's
No,
not
it's
you
just been
interjecting over Frankie?
oh no, that'll happen too.
Oh, okay.
That'll happen too. But no. So just crazy weekend, lots of work right now, freelance jobs and whatnot. So keeping busy. How's your week been, Frankie?
My week has been awesome. Let me tell you all about it.
Please do.
Not much has gone on besides work, but I have been watching a couple of new shows, and I recently downloaded the Marvel app, so I've been reading some comics. So I've been keeping myself entertained and not going crazy.
Oh,
for work.
good.
Yeah.
At least you're not driving like 8 hours a day like you were
Nope,
last month.
still driving about 10 hours a day. So it's been great. But I read
Oh,
the
that
comics while I'm
sucks.
driving, so it's okay.
Tuna, what have you been up to?
Going a little crazy because we were trying to launch a new market. Actually, we did launch a new market for our homepage network stuff today, actually Monday when we're recording this. Aside from that, I thought of something earlier and now I can't remember. So couldn't have been that important.
This is a very, very interesting,
Riveting
like,
news, Tuna.
Yes.
Riveting news.
Absolutely. I tried
This
to
just
keep up
in.
with Frankie. Is that from,
Oh, guys.
is that Dan?
Yeah, right. Have you guys noticed that like the box office sucks right now? Like there are no good movies out. There are no movies out that I even remotely want to go see. To put like some numbers on it, the number one movie from this weekend in the box office. Do you guys know what the number one movie was?
Night School?
Night School at 28 million.
Booyah.
But
I wanna go
compare
see
that.
Night School.
I mean, it looks fine. I honestly haven't seen a trailer for it, but
It doesn't look
I'm-
great. It's Kevin
I'm
Hart.
surprised The House with the Clock in Its Walls didn't do better.
Me too. What's
Yeah.
that movie?
but compared to like even what Mission Impossible Fallout, right? That was the latest one, I think. That one did 61 million, and that wasn't even like the biggest movie of the summer.
yeah,
that one
that's
did-
true.
61 million is opening. So it's this time of year, it's too late for a summer blockbuster, but it's too early for a movie that's going for a award nomination run.
Well,
So
it's-
October is just a horrible time for movies.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
speaking
not,
of horrible, it's just a bunch of horror movies that come out in October.
speaking
so.
of horrible,
Right.
in fact, in that I don't have much hope for it. Venom comes out this week.
Ooh.
It does. Venom comes out on Friday, so that
I
might.
can't believe I brought that up when Tim's not here.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
It might
I'm sorry, Ben.
might put a hole in your theory, Ben. Might be the blockbuster of the fall.
I mean, it could be. Do you have faith that it's going to be?
No, it's gonna bomb.
I
It's gonna
have to
bomb
say
hard.
there is one movie I want to see, and that's First Man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point with Damien Chazelle where I'll see anything that he's in, but or that he directs, I should say.
Right.
When does that come out? That's late October.
12th.
Oh, really? That early?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Joe and I were talking about it because he's like, we got to go see it.
Damien Chazelle, Frankie, you will recognize that name as the director from La La Land, your favorite musical.
It was a masterpiece.
That is like the perfect word to describe it. That is the perfect word. Well, let's go ahead and jump into what we've been watching. A spoiler, I'm going to guess that we're all going to talk about the Kavanaugh hearings. Frankie, what have you been watching?
I have been watching a couple of things. One is The Good Cop on Netflix.
Ooh,
Have either of you guys heard about this?
I saw the trailer for it.
It is a new Netflix series starring Josh Groban. Yes, that Josh Groban
Yep.
and Tony Danza.
Yeah, Chelsea and I saw the trailer for it, and she was like, "Hey, do you want to give this a shot?" And I was like, "No, no, I don't."
All right, let me start out by telling you it is a very family-friendly, fun TV show.
It is I mean, it's a buddy cop TV
It-
show that's rated TV PG.
Yes, and it is as Andrew would say, soft TV PG. It is, but it's. I mean, listen, it's very dumb. Each episode's a new crime that they solve. So there's no like real thick writing in it.
It's very soft writing.
The acting is exactly what it is.
Is
It's
the
Josh
pinnacle of Tony Danza?
Yeah, oh, it's Tony Danza playing Tony Danza. I mean, his name is Tony in the TV show, so it's not even like it's a stretch. Like
Oh my
in some
gosh.
other things that he's been in. His name is Tony. Josh Groban's name is.
It
Anthony.
literally said, "Hey, Tony Danza, can you just show up? I don't even care how you say the lines.
He might
Just
not
show
have-
up and say them, please."
He might not have lines. He might just be like making it up as he goes along. Listen. Are there worse things to watch? Yes. Are you gonna get any kind of satisfaction out of watching this besides being like, it's sort of funny and it entertains me for 40 minutes while I was doing laundry? Probably not gonna get anything better than that. But I don't know. If you're into that, if you're looking for something fun to watch with the whole family, I don't have one of those, but if you are, it's definitely friendly. There's no like
Okay,
bad in it. So
is his performance better in The Good Cop or the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon?
and Josh Groban.
No, Tony Danza.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know. What
Have
that
you
other one is.
never seen the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon?
No, I have not seen that. I didn't even realize.
All
I forgot
right,
that Josh
well.
Groban acted until this TV show, and I remember that he's been in a bunch of random things.
How have you guys not seen this movie?
That's a movie,
Yes.
like a full movie. It sounds like a short.
It was a made for TV movie for Disney.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Now I haven't seen it.
It has Philadelphia in the title. So I'm
Okay,
surprised
so
there's a statue for him somewhere.
a Philadelphia garbage man who develops his leg muscle from kicking the hydraulic level on his truck is discovered by the Philadelphia Eagles and signed by them to become a kicker.
So the actual way that they scout people.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm very surprised he doesn't have a statue outside Philadelphia. Well, I have not seen that one. I'll add that to my list of TV shows to watch.
Yeah, write that down. The garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon.
Can we? I don't know if I can write all that down. Or
No,
remember.
write it down. Write it down. I'll go slow.
Can you say it's
The
Just look up Tony Danza
garbage.
football.
Oh man. Anyway,
Well, what have you been watching, Ben?
I haven't. Well, first off, you already talked about it last week, but I'm midway through Absentia.
Ooh, it gets no less confusing the longer you watch it.
Yeah, it's kind of getting a little old. Like as the season goes on, it's like
How long is the show?
it's like
8 episodes.
9, 8-9 episodes. But it's just like it could have been 6. It feels like 9 feels a little too long.
So more of a mini
I don't know.
series than an actual show.
Well, it's just
I don't know.
It's the first season too, so here's the great part: is you're gonna be left on a huge cliffhanger, and you're probably not gonna get the answers. you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Besides that, I haven't really been watching anything.
You know, I
I'm
will
too
say
busy.
with Absentia, I give it credit because normally by episode 2 of a TV show, I can figure out what's going on, and I'm episode 7. I think I have 1 episode left, and I still don't really have any clue what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have like 7 theories.
Yeah. It's it's good, but I'm not convinced that it's good. Like I currently think it's good, but in a couple episodes, I could think that's terrible. I don't know. We'll see. That's pretty much it. Tuna, what have you been watching?
I started watching the first couple episodes of The Good Place season 2. So far, it's just as funny as the first season.
It's better. It is actually
Does it
better than the
get
first
better?
season.
Okay.
Shocking. I would say that it is better, which I was shocked by because the season 1 was so good. I was like, there's no way they can live up to that season. And then to me, they built on it perfectly.
Little anecdote to anybody religious who would want to watch the show. We can't recommend it if you're offended by religious satire, because that's what the show is.
Can
It
you
doesn't
just wear a
specifically-
suit while you're recording this podcast? You can be like our lawyer that pops up
Doesn't
little
mock
lines at the bottom of the screen. That'd be
Christianity
great.
Right.
specifically, but it makes jokes about the afterlife in general without sounding like it's not like attacking like in like other shows do. It's just a satire.
Yes, it's a satire about the afterlife.
Yeah, if that bothers you, then don't watch it. But
If that bothers you, you probably shouldn't be listening to this show.
that's true.
Frankie says way more offensive things.
Way more. I can start writing them down if you guys want and put them in the show notes.
Yeah.
You know, I will say in October though, it might not be the great time for theaters, but Netflix is pretty much killing it right now, and I'm super.
Oh yeah,
excited,
TV shows are pretty great.
Super excited for the new Sabrina TV show that's coming out. Have you heard
Oh.
about this?
No, but
Really?
I also
Listen,
watched.
so hear me out, Tuna. I want you to watch this. Okay, this
Okay,
is how
I'm
we're gonna
listening.
get
Really?
Ben.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Really?
This is how we're gonna get Ben hooked into a Sabrina TV show.
Like
So
Sabrina the
All right, no
Teenage
joke.
Witch.
I mean, I was like 8 when the original Sabrina TV show was on, and I loved it.
okay, so this one is not gonna be anything like that.
Yeah, no, I know.
This one is going to be, it's definitely more of a horror fantasy drama. But here's the thing. Sabrina, I'm not sure if you know, Ben, is from the Archie comics. So from Riverdale.
I think I did know that. I think I did.
So this Netflix show is by the creators of Riverdale, the TV show, which is one of the few CW shows that you like. So you might actually like Sabrina.
I may. We'll see. I also acknowledge that I shouldn't like it.
Yeah, 100% definitely shouldn't like Riverdale, but I mean, I do too, so I don't blame you.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see.
But that's coming out October
we-
26th, and we'll let you know how that goes. Since I guarantee you, no one else is
Yeah.
going to watch it besides me.
I'll watch it. We'll review it on the show. I'll watch it.
Last second thing I want to throw into what I've been watching. I watched Next
Yeah.
Gen, that animated movie on Netflix, and
You were the
visually,
one.
it's really impressive considering it was created with Blender. I don't know if you heard about that, but are you familiar with Blender?
Let's pretend like I haven't.
So it's this free open source 3D modeling, basically CGI software, and they made a Pixar level. I'd say the animation's pretty close, if not on par with Pixar level, using this free open source program, and it's
Cool.
impressive.
Very cool.
I'm good. We can move on now.
Frankie, you look like you want to say something.
No, actually, I wanted to make a joke, but that actually was pretty impressive. I'm still not going to go watch it, but I'll take your word for it. It was awesome.
I'm not saying it. From a content standpoint, it's a cute kids movie. It doesn't really shake the boat at all. It's a little violent for an animated movie, surprisingly, but it's basically like a cross between Big Hero 6 and its own thing. So
one of those crosses.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
glad you
well,
bared through
there it is. There's that segue again. Sorry. So MoviePass sent out another email this week. Frankie, do you want to read it? Because you know your friend's accent there.
Frankie's
from the
take.
MoviePass team.
Listen.
If not, I can read it.
Yeah, you know what? Me and Zach we're officially done. You know, we're tired of his emails with his weird accent. But you can give the gist. It's a very long email.
It is a very long email.
Yeah.
Here's the gist of it. I'm going to read this one paragraph verbatim. In August 2018, we announced a new offering for 3 movies a month for $9.95, giving subscribers the ability to opt into this plan if they wanted to continue as a MoviePass subscriber. However, our records show that you have not taken this opportunity. I'm sorry, you have not taken any action on this plan, and because of that, your subscription was suspended and your monthly subscription charges have stopped. Because we really hope you begin enjoying your MoviePass.
Let's pause right there, because that's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Okay.
Blatant lie. I had to cancel my subscription. It wasn't like, oh, we saw you haven't been using this. What's going to postpone it for you? No, I had to literally go on and cancel it. Go ahead, continue.
You say cancel, they say opt in. You decided to not opt in. Because we really hope you begin enjoying your MoviePass subscription again, we have chosen you to be a part of a select test group, Frankie. You're a part of a select test group who, beginning this Friday, October 5th, will be restored to unlimited movies, up to 1 new movie title per day based on existing inventory, the same subscription that you signed up for and you previously enjoyed. If you decide that you do not want to do this, you must opt out before Thursday, October 4th at 9 p.m. To be clear, unless you opt out, your unlimited subscription will be restored and you'll begin enjoying unlimited movies again, up to 1 movie per day based on existing inventory.
Okay, so let's
go ahead and break that down.
Let's talk about this step by step. So MoviePass subscribers canceled their MoviePass because they didn't like the way things were going in this company. Okay,
Right.
Then,
as they would say, decided not to opt in.
Decided not to opt into their new plans and canceled. So then all of a sudden they're going to send you an email, right? Just a generic email from MoviePass. And in fact, do you know what the title of the email is? Does it say on that thing that you're reading?
No, it does not.
I'll look it up real quick. But basically, they send you an email that you would normally kind of you think, oh, hey, it's
disregard.
Yeah, disregard. They're just trying to get me to come back. I'm gonna delete it. And it is not that. That's not the case.
You
It
say
is-
tomato, we say sketchy business practice.
It's not only like you look at it, even if you opened it up and looked at it at a glance, right? It's super long. What do you do with emails that are super long? Even at work, if I get an email at work that's more than 2 paragraphs, I'm not reading it. And that's my job. They get paid money.
That may explain why
I hope your
why you were
employers
let
don't
go from your
listen to
previous
this.
employer.
So we listen. So, and you do the same thing. And I just, for some reason, happened to read this email because I don't know, bored, not quite sure why. And it's basically telling you, hey, if you don't read this email, we're going to start charging you $9.99 again. But hey, you can go and watch any movie you want every day. Which, who knows if that's true or not, because they said one thing 2 months ago about like, oh, you can go watch movies now. It's not just 3 a week. Don't worry about it. You're good. And then they're like, oh, no more surge pricing. Oh, but you only get, selected movies. So you have
Well,
like
and that's
2
what they
to pick
say,
of.
based on existing inventory.
Yeah.
So it may not be new movies based on yeah, this is so
shady.
Classic movie pass.
How literally we can go back on this podcast and talk about how amazing we thought MoviePass was a year ago. I've never seen a company come out of nowhere, make such a big splash, and then become so hated so quickly.
Okay. The title of this email was Movie Pass Updates.
That's not generic. That's very
Movie
descriptive.
Pass updates. If you don't check this email, we are updating you that we're going to steal your money.
I do not know how this is legal. And here's the thing. If they would have came back and said, hey, guess what? We're going back to $9.99. You can go see as many movies as you want. I might have been like, all right, I'll sign back up for a month, see if I like it.
Right.
But no, they're like, we're just going to start charging your card again.
That's literally.
Not to mention the
I-
thousands of people who had issues with canceling in the first place. You know what I mean? That you can read comments. If you go on MoviePass's Instagram and just read all the, the trolling that's going on and the people complaining every time MoviePass posts something, there's so many people who tried to cancel and then still got charged for another like 3 months.
My thing is, who decided that MoviePass should hire the Miss America pageant from North Carolina as their CEO?
No, God! No, God! Please.
That was the wrong clip, but that's okay.
Yeah, but we know what you meant. You just want to use it.
Some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and
We need some
Like-
fresh memes.
This is so, and I love the first paragraph, how they like try to butter you up. They're like, "Dear Frankie, first of all, we would like to thank you for being one of our most loyal members. People like you are true visionaries, early adopters who make their imprint on the entertainment landscape."
I mean, they got
Like,
all
oh
that
my
far.
gosh. This movie pass is so done. I'd rather buy
Yeah, I can't wait for them to just go under. It's gonna make me happy.
GoPro. It looks more promising right now than movie pass.
Flip and Zune look more promising.
Oh, Flip. I remember Flip.
There might be a comeback
Yeah.
for either of those two.
Oh,
companies.
good times.
there could be. Lastly, we wanted to end out on giving some shout outs from our Facebook question. We know Lord of the Rings was a top pick in the Apocalypse movie list last week, but what's your favorite trilogy?
VIP listener Joseph Carry-On, aka Carry-On Chuck, said Lord of the Rings original Star Wars trilogy is a close second.
I mean, can we count Star Wars in this? Because it's no longer really a trilogy.
You can count the
You
first
count the original trilogy.
or the
Yeah.
prequels.
Connor Sam, the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy, which is was it Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead and The End of the World. It's a like spiritual trilogy.
Not
No,
spiritual
no.
movies.
Yeah, I mean, I do
No.
like those movies. They're not really connected, but I mean, it's the
They're not
same
connected, but
director.
they're considered.
Yeah,
They're the same director, same actors. I mean, that's a.
I enjoy all of those movies, but I'd count that as a not. That's not gonna fly.
But that's a wonderful answer to this question. Like that's a good answer.
Getting
It's
us-
wrong, but it's
not
a good
really,
answer.
Yeah, it's not really a good answer if it's wrong.
Notable.
It's a good attempt.
No, it's like one of those questions that like you write like stupid response to, and your teacher gives you credit for it anyway.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I mean.
I see where you're going. I don't like that teacher.
Let's see.
Since Tim's not here, he said Back to the
there
Future.
you go.
He did. I did like Tim's pick. That was a good pick. I think if you the Back to the Future movies, all of them are great. It's hard to find a trilogy where all three movies are great. Even Lord of the Rings.
Oh well, see, that's what I say. Lord of the Rings is the most popular pick. I picked
It
that.
is. There's a lot of nerds who listen to our podcast. So
Yeah, but no. All right, no. It is the most consistently great trilogy that exists.
I think
It just is.
I don't know about that.
Movie.
I think it falls in the middle, but it picks back up.
The second one was my favorite one.
Really?
I always really enjoyed it. I haven't watched.
Don't get me
Also,
wrong.
it holds
yeah.
up.
It does hold up. Well, yeah, it's a fantasy world. Why wouldn't it hold up? Nothing is like.
I mean, you could
added
still have
date.
crappy CG.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Lord of the Rings movie. I just don't know if it's going to be my favorite trilogy. I think they're great movies. I'm just saying I find flaws in them, which would keep them out of the top.
But
We
like
should
for
discuss
me,
that on a podcast sometimes because I would like to know the flaws you have with Lord of the Rings films because they're pretty close to perfect films.
Have you read the books?
Yeah, I've read their books, but they're different. They're supposed to be different.
I don't know if they are. They have the same name.
You know what I mean? There's no way they
I'm
could
not sure I know what you
possibly-
mean.
All
I
right,
think it's
so
called The Lord of the Rings. In fact, each movie has the name of each book.
what movie is exactly like word for word the same as the book it's based off of?
Most movies aren't, and that's why most movies are not as good as the book, which makes.
But we're not
okay,
basing
but
off of how well they go with the books, Frankie. You're basing the books, the movies, off of how good they are as movies.
okay, but Frankie, would you say that the Lord of the Rings movies are some of the best book to film movies that have been made?
Yes.
You're gonna okay, good. Because that's the thing, right? Like, you know,
they
for
do a
people that love books,
Very good job. Okay, Lord of the Rings, it's right up there for me. It's definitely not
It's
topping.
not a
Star Wars.
perfect. It's not a perfect transition
But I don't think it's-
interpretation.
I don't think it's the best trilogy. I think that keeps disqualifies it from being a best trilogy.
so yeah, I said Lord of the Rings. Justin Thomas said Lord of the Rings. Sierra White said Lord of the Rings.
No one went with the Matrix.
Nobody. Well, so if I was listening to another podcast that was going through a similar thing. If you're saying the best individual movie from a trilogy, that's where the Matrix would sneak in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that because the other two kind of stunk.
The third one's
They were
garbage. and
terrible.
The second one had good scenes, but the overall film, in my opinion, wasn't that great.
Lastly, let's see. Mandy Monson and Tommy Arnold both said the Indiana Jones movies because they're disregarding the fact that the fourth one exists, which I think is fair.
That's fair, and they are very good movies. I did not post on Facebook, but my choice for the best trilogy of all time, it was a hard toss-up between the Godfather trilogy, but the problem is third movie really bad,
Yeah.
Right.
really bad.
Right.
That's where I came up with Toy Story.
I was thinking
Probably
that too.
hands down the best trilogy ever.
but soon not to be a trilogy.
And when it's not, it will be pulled out of the list. Also, I heard Tom Hanks talk about it.
I almost saw a tear fall down your cheek when he
Very
said that.
sad. Next movie, you think the third movie made you cry? Wait till you see the fourth movie. Bring the tissues.
List of shame. I have not seen Toy Story 3.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You don't see anything good.
I thought about getting like a German version of it and seeing if I could get it subtitled.
Yeah, well,
But-
I'm sure you can find it black and white somewhere.
I actually don't get the whole black and white thing. That's one I don't get. I don't understand that. That's
So you're saying
Anyway.
you only see color.
I only see colors. That's what I'm saying. Oh well, you've already let us know what your favorite trilogies are, but let us know if you've seen the Philadelphia, or was it the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon? Frankie, where can people connect with us?
Why wasn't that the movie we had to watch for our punishment? I actually probably would have enjoyed that. You guys can find us on Twitter at 3criticspod. You can hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/incrediblecritics. And don't forget to go into iTunes, hit subscribe, leave a rating. That helps us get out there and get to more people so we can have more people joining in on this conversation.
And shout out to Scott Myers sending us a great email about how he enjoyed our podcast. We really appreciate it. Till next week, we are the Incredible Critics.
Tuna, is that a walkie-talkie on your table?
Oh, that's a scanner. I borrowed that from my dad like a year ago to monitor trails for a local performance rally that happens every summer, like race rallying, not like a people rally.
So it's a walkie-talkie.
No, you can't speak into it. All you can do is listen to amateur radio signals.
So it's a broken walkie-talkie?
Not at all the same. Not even. I mean, except for the fact that it works with radio waves.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool, dude.
You brought it up.
You have it sitting there.
I keep forgetting to take it back to my dad. It's supposed to be there so I don't forget, and it's had the opposite effect.
So you're literally a kid who has a walkie-talkie and no one on the other side.
It's
to
not a
listen to you.
walkie-talkie.
I am 100% sure that I'm so mean to Andrew because you're so mean to me, Ben. I think I just...
To be fair, I asked for it on the
Turn it
first
out
two
on him.
episodes I was on.
it's true. It's the circle of meanness.
The bully gets picked
I'm
on by
mean
his
to
dad,
you.
so he goes and picks
Yeah.
on kids.
How does
Right,
Tim fit in this
that's-
equation?
He's just an innocent bystander.
He's the mediating youth pastor.
He's the kid who's
Right.
eating crayons in the corner.
What, reading his Marvel comics.
That so perfectly describes the dynamic of our friendships.
That's perfectly great. That's a stupid sentence. All right, guys. I'm tired, so